Fighting elemental monsters is one of the most unique experiences you can have in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. That's why I want to see more of them used. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 elemental monsters that you should be using in your encounters. And we're going to start off with the Fire Snake. This is one of my favorite elemental monsters at low levels because it can actually challenge a first level party fairly. This creature has multiple attacks, meaning that it can stand on its own in a boss encounter. But those attacks use multiple small dice, so you're going to get a very consistent damage total between 6 and 7. So while it's doing enough damage to challenge a party, it's a very small possibility that you're going to kill a party member outright. It also has a really interesting feature, Heated Body, which means that when you touch the snake or when you hit it with a melee attack, you take 1d6 fire damage. This is a fun and dynamic difficulty sliding scale, because if your barbarian just tries to go wailing on this thing, it is just going to automatically defeat the barbarian with its fire damage. And with resistances to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks, it can stick around for a while. But a smart player who applies cold damage will cut right through this creature's health. And I also like to use these guys past first level as well as more minion types to fill out battlefields. And it's also written into the lore that the fire snakes eventually mature into a salamander within about a year. So there's a natural progression, and you can continue to use fire snakes paired with salamanders deep into your games. But next up, let's talk about the Invisible Stalker. And I won't lie, for a lazy DM, this is probably your favorite creature to use because it's no mini required. It is a constantly invisible creature. Personally, I like to use it as a great alternative to the regular assassin stat block. This creature is meant to hunt down a specific target as commanded by its master. And as I talked about with the Yeth Hound in this last video on Fae, having a master connected to a creature makes it really easy to connect plot points. Because obviously when the party fights an invisible stalker, they then have to figure out, well, who is its master? Why are they or another NPC being attacked? And against low level parties, the invisible stalker makes a truly terrifying boss encounter that usually I just throw out of nowhere. And for the rest of the game, the party might be a little on edge because they don't know if another invisible stalker might be coming for them, and it also gives them a reason why they really need to go after the villain and stay on the main quest. And now we're going to talk about a higher CR creature, the Arc-Light Phoenix from Ravnica. And I won't lie, this creature is a nightmare for some parties to deal with in combat. It has flyby, so it's not affected by attacks of opportunity, and its Arc-Light Touch does a significant amount of damage and jumps to a second creature. And simply by flying through creatures with its 120-foot fly speed, it can deal 2d8 lightning damage. This is truly a monster that you can run on its own without any other creature supporting it, and it will probably be a very memorable encounter. But I think the real reward of using an Arc-Light Phoenix is afterward. Because when the Arc-Light Phoenix dies, it creates an egg. And the party, if they expose it to a spell that does lightning damage or put 13 levels of spell slots into the egg hatches and they have a new Arc-Light baby Phoenix. Who wouldn't want a baby Phoenix? Eventually, I just have this little guy grow with the party till eventually it's just back to being a full Arc-Light Phoenix at the highest levels. No matter what though, I've always had such a fun time running the Arc-Light Phoenix as a DM, and I think those are some of the best monsters when they are fun for you to run. But if you're looking for more fun monsters to run, may I suggest this video right here, and thank you for entering the dungeon.